Hey folks, this is Coby with CobyWright.com, and I'd like to welcome you back to another live training session. Before we get started, can everybody hear me? Can everybody see my screen? There, I got it right. Getting yes, yes, yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool, cool. Looking over the list of names, and we got some new folks tonight, which is awesome. I love seeing new people here every week, and of course we got our regulars, which is even better. So I'm going to go through here, and I'll shout out to some of the folks that are on. I'm going to try to catch everybody. If I miss you, I'm sorry. We got Aaron. We got Adlid. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Got Aurora. Daniel's in the house. David. DLVK. Looks like it's initials. We got Drew. Ed. Frank. Gary. Henry. James. Jenny made it. Awesome. I see Jenny. Jay's in the house. John. Katsumi. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Kim's with us. Les. Logan's in the house. Mark. Caleb's joining us tonight. Mary Duff. Mary Elliott. Melinda. Mick. Paul. Ralph. Randy G. Randy S. Ryan Leonard. Steve K is in the house. Troy P. Vincent Dames and Wally. All right. Sorry if I missed you. You might have come in while I was reading those. So a lot of new folks with us tonight, and we got a lot of regulars as well. So that's awesome. We're going to have a great session, I believe. First, what we're going to be doing tonight is I'm going to be taking your questions, open questions from the audience, and I'll be answering them on the air. And so we have about an hour to get through them. Many of y'all have already put some in. If you haven't put in a question yet, go ahead and put it in now, because I just work through them as I get them. So the quicker you get your question in, the better chance you have of getting it answered. Now, for those that, excuse me, who this is your first time, I'll explain that I do things a little bit differently than most marketers. A lot of times when you show up to these webinars, you're expecting a pitch fest, and I don't normally do that. Sometimes I'll show you an offer at the end, sometimes I won't. So you just have to be guessing whether or not there's anything to buy at the end. And during the training sessions, I don't do presentation or PowerPoint presentation type screen or webinars very often. Normally we just do this live on the screen, fly from the seat of our pants. So get what you get, and it seems to work really well for me, and everyone seems to like these. So if it's not fixed, don't broke it, as my dad would say. So the next thing that I need to bring your attention to is these QR codes here and this little message down here at the bottom. If you're, as y'all know, sometimes it's hard to remember or to check your email to know when the webinars are. So if you want to get text notification whenever the replays are starting, whenever the training sessions are starting or whenever the replays are posted, then you can join the SMS list, and you can just text the word webinar to this phone number here, 615-326-1155. And if you're not in the U.S., if you add a +1 to this should work in the beginning for the area or for the country code. And so, depending on what kind of QR code reader you have, you may be able to just scan this QR code and press send. It works on some phones it doesn't. It seems to, I've come to find out that it depends on the QR code reader app that you have on your phone. Some of them, you can scan this and it'll instantly tell your phone what to do. You can just press send, and it'll send this word webinar to this phone number. Other QR code readers won't do that. They'll just bring it up and say, hey, here's a phone number or whatever. So there's your two options. And so let's jump right into the questions. All right, the first one is from Mary Duff. She said, Coby, what is the best way to move between programs to Aweber in order to set up stuff without losing your place? I'm really new to all this and have trouble doing the copy paste stuff without getting lost. If you mean you're moving autoresponders, there's nothing really you can do but copy and paste. If you are moving like messages from one list to another list in Aweber, it's a little bit easier. If you're doing it that way, then you can go over to like Let me pick a list here. Let's pick its top one. And let me go to messages. You can see here where it says campaign sharing. What you can do is if this is not a very good list, let me choose a list that I have a lot of follow-up messages on. There we go. You can see down here at the bottom it says campaign sharing, enable campaign sharing for authorized users. If you want to copy it from one Aweber list to another, you can see up at the top it gave me this campaign code. So I would take that. Now I would go back to this first one, and I could enter in the code here. And I could choose load campaign. It's going to load all those messages right here into this autoresponder, into this list. Now, if I'm copying them from Imnica into Aweber or from Aweber to Imnica, there's nothing that you can do other than copy and paste it, and it's a pain in the butt. I know I've had to do it several times for several different autoresponders. So there's not really a good way in that case. If you're moving from Aweber to Aweber, you can use the campaign sharing like I just showed you. So I'm not sure if I really answered your question there, but maybe that will give you a place to start. Or maybe I didn't understand the question, so you can put it back in if I didn't understand it. Aaron said, I've started building a list, but it's not growing very quickly. Not sure if I'm in too specific of a niche, or if I need to find other ways to grow. I'm using a Facebook fan page. Are there some good ways I can gain traffic to my Facebook fan page? Yes. For those of you that have been following me for a while know that I don't put a lot of stock in Facebook myself, because they banned me once because they said I was using a fake name, which I was using my real name, Coby Wright. It's the only name I have, and they said that it was fake. But I had a fan page of about 1,000 people, so it wasn't a huge loss or nothing. I wasn't really marketing on Facebook. But for that reason, I don't put too much stock in Facebook. But if I was going to use Facebook again, the number one way to get traffic to a fan page is Facebook ads. Now, also, I don't know what your niche is, and you don't have to tell us, because I don't want to give it away, especially if you said it's a specific one. But what a good way to, when you're targeting Facebook fan pages, is you want to do a lot of lateral targeting. You want to get deep, but you also want to go wide. And so, obviously, the wider that you go and the deeper that you get, and the more drilled down you get into your niche, then the more targeted your clicks will be, and a lot of times the cheaper your clicks will be. So, excuse me. A good strategy for targeting Facebook ads is, let's say you have a Facebook fan page, and I'm just going to use something that I hope is not anybody's niche, and one that just I think can give you a good example, because I can talk about a little bit, because I'm a little bit familiar with it, and that's like wrestling. And I don't mean I mean TV wrestling, like, the somewhat fake wrestling, like WWF or WWE now, I guess is what it is, actually, WWE. And, Hulk Hogan and all those guys. So let's say that you're doing one on, WWE wrestling. Okay, so some of the keywords that you might want to target would be, obviously wrestlers' names. And some of the bad ones to target would be the ones that everybody knows, like, like very instant, like Hulk Hogan, everybody knows who that is. Maybe Triple H, maybe less people know who that is, but, guys like this, that have been around for a long time, and, both of these guys, Hulk Hogan's been and we're wrestling back when it was WWF, and there was WWC or WCW as well. So, if we target something like Hulk Hogan, your clicks are going to be higher, because more people are going to have that as an interest on their Facebook fan page or something that makes sense, and so more people will see the ad, but they won't be as targeted. Like just about everybody knows who Hulk Hogan is. That doesn't mean that they're, just because they know who he is, that they're interested in wrestling. Now, if you were to go and target someone like Triple H, who's a little bit less known to those who haven't been following wrestling for like the last 10 years or so, then you would probably get cheaper clicks. But at the same time, there's some people that know him who don't necessarily know him from wrestling, because he's done some acting as well. So then what you'd want to do then is maybe start targeting like lesser known wrestlers that people who were like only really hardcore into wrestling would know. And I'm not really into it anymore. But back when I was younger, one of the people that was very popular was Stone Cold Steve Austin. So it'd be the same thing as with Hulk Hogan. You wouldn't necessarily want to target Stone Cold because a lot of people know who Stone Cold was, and a lot of people know who he is now because he's also done movies and stuff as well. So you'd want to, and I can't even think of anyone who's not who's you'd want to target someone who's not very popular, who's only known by those that are like really, really into wrestling. Only people that watch it every week are gonna know. Like a guy that is not a headliner, someone that's really unknown. I cannot think of anyone now. Was that one Hornswoggle? He's like a little character, who he's not really. I guess he's a wrestler, but doesn't really wrestle that much. He's more of like a sideline guy. So maybe for to target somebody like this, then you could get clicks for super, super cheap. And most people that know who this guy is are going to be wrestling fans. Okay, anybody that knows who Hornswoggle is, I probably misspelled that, is gonna more likely be a wrestling fan. And this is like he dresses up as a leprechaun. He's a what's the politically correct term? A dwarf. He's a little person. There we go. So he dresses up as a leprechaun, and so that's like his little thing that he does. So not too many people are going to know that. So if you were to target Hornswoggle, then you're going to get really, really cheap clicks for Facebook. But at the same time, you're going to have people who are like super, super interested in wrestling. But only people that are really, really into wrestling, you have to have watched it several times to know who this guy was. I haven't watched it in years. I don't know if he's still a part of it, but that was one, you want to target things like that. Target like the ring announcers or the girls that come out with the guys that sit on the side. Normally they have names. You want to target those people because only people that are really, really interested in wrestling are actually going to know who those people are. So if that makes sense, I hope that makes sense. By targeting the someone like Hornswoggle, there aren't people who are just going to Google to find out about Hornswoggle because they saw him on TV. They pretty much have to see him on wrestling to know who he is, and probably more than once to remember that name. So if they see it on Facebook, they see it on the side, click here if you like Hornswoggle or something. Oh, then the people that click on that are going to be interested in that. So you are going to be interested in wrestling for sure. And so your clicks are going to be targeted, and you'll be able to build your Facebook fan page likes that way. So that's called lateral targeting, and that works with any niche. And I'm sorry if I use the wrestling niche, and I'm not really super intelligent or knowledgeable about the wrestling niche, but it's just something I used to watch when I was a kid, so I know a little bit about it. But that's just hopefully that helps you find ways to get more. That's the best way to get traffic, obviously, is through Facebook fan page or Facebook ads. So Troy asked, Coby, how is the QR code and text notification strategy going for you? Troy, it seems that a lot of people are slow to want to cross over, but it's working, so slowly, because I haven't really been pushing it either other than on the webinars. I see Mary said, Coby, I bought a program and they told me to go to Cool Handle and get a domain name and hosting for the program, and they would set up my website for free, but I already had hosting from them. I just add the domain to that hosting. How would I go about now getting the website program set up on the site? If you, that's hard to answer because I don't know what program it is or why they would set it up. That's really, I can tell you how to upload it to your site. If they have all the files if they give you all the files, then you just upload to your server using FTP or using your control panel. But without knowing the program or the details, it's hard to say exactly, but because I don't know what they're going to be giving you, Mary. But let me show you how to use FTP. Actually, let me just give you a link to a video. That'll actually be quicker. I have a link on I have a video on my blog that shows you how to use control panel and that shows you how to use. If you go to CobyWright.com and then you click on this right here, it says video tutorials. I'll get you the link. Let me find it real quick, sorry. And here's the link to all these this video tutorials section. Anytime y'all have issues with something like small or something that seems like it may be somewhat basic, go and check this part of my website, because there's probably a good chance that I have something up there for you. Let's see, where is it? See, there's several pages. I'll find it just a second. Here it is, video using FTP. Copy link location. I'm going to put this in the chat. And that's it, cobywright.com /the category /video -tutorials. Or just go to cobywright.com and click on the video tutorials tab up here at the top. So we put that link right here. So that's how you do it with FTP, and then you can also do it with cPanel, and I have another video on that as well if you want to look through here and find it. But for the most part, if they're selling you a product like that to where it's a website, then they should give you detailed instructions on how to upload it yourself as well. For the most part, though, it's going to be just using the FTP and just uploading it straight to your server. Let me go back to the next questions. Caleb asked, so the Skype room was lit up about how great eBizac was. Well, but what do you think is the absolute best autoresponder and why? First of all, I don't like eBizac, and I won't use them because it's a one-man show. There's one guy that runs that whole company. He runs support. He does everything. He manages the server. He does everything. So I'm not going to use eBizac for that reason, because it's a one-man show. If that guy gets sick or he dies, what happens to my list? So I'm not going to use eBizac simply because all it is a PLR script that you can get freely on the web, and you can set up the exact same service that he has with the autoresponder, with the PDF creator, with the link shortener, everything that he has. You can get that exact script with PLR rights if you just search around the web. I've found it. I've seen it on more than one spot. And I'm not going to use eBizac because it's a one-man show, and it's exactly like, to me, it's too similar to Imnica, except Imnica has more than one person behind the throne. A lot of people like eBizac because of the pricing. The pricing is decent, but it's I think Imnica is actually a little bit cheaper. If not, they're pretty much similar. But the whole fact that there's just one person that runs eBizac, it's just one guy. It's a one-man show. I just don't feel comfortable in putting my business in the hands of one guy. And if you're comfortable putting your business in the hands of one person, then that's your business. And so I obviously can't tell you what to do. I can just tell you my opinion. Right now, what do I think is the best autoresponder? Absolute best, and why? That would depend on what you were doing. It depends on your niche, and it depends on a lot of different things. And here's what and I actually told somebody this yesterday. If you're on a budget, or you have low funds to begin with, or maybe you're just testing the waters, you don't know if this is gonna be something for you, and go with Imnica. If you have money, and this is assuming that you're going to be in the internet marketing niche, okay? If you have some money, then go with Aweber. If you just hate Aweber, go with GetResponse. And I haven't used GetResponse, but I would use them before I would use eBizac, simply because it's a full company, and it's not just one person. as far as I know, Coby, which is the guy that runs eBiz, I don't have anything against him. I've talked with him several times through email and stuff, and considered moving my service there, considered moving my list there at one point in time. So I talked to him back and forth several times. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy, but the thought of just one person being in control of my whole business, the biggest asset of my business, is just scary to me. So this is what I tell people when they are in the internet marketing niche and they're wanting to get started. If you're on a budget and you have low funds, start with Imnica. If you have some money, go with AWeber. If you hate AWeber, go with GetResponse. So it's really, right now, all three of these seem to be about the same as far as deliverability, and they're all, pretty much all three of them are going to the spam box at an equal amount. I can see that in my own email daily, especially AWeber. About 6 to 8 months ago, I would tell you that AWeber was probably the best of the three when it comes to deliverability, at least as far as my open rates were concerned. And now they're all the same. So they're all the same. Some other ones to consider are Constant Contact, and Constant Contact is really good. They changed their policies recently to where they don't necessarily support the internet marketing niche, so I don't recommend them if you're in the IM niche. If you're in some other niches outside of IM, this is really, really good because you can import, you can do a lot of good stuff with Constant Contact, and they have a lot of cool features. Only thing I don't like about them, and the reason that I don't like them so much for internet marketing, is that they have web forms that are kind of funny. Their web forms aren't really meant for an internet marketer, where you can see like a one-time offer and stuff. But if you're doing like a quilting niche, or a cooking niche, or something like that, then Constant Contact would be the way to go. And I still have a Constant Contact account that I use. I just don't use it for internet marketing very much, if at all. And of course, if you're in a niche outside of internet marketing, then iContact will work as well. But I wouldn't use them for IM because I've known several people that have gotten banned from iContact, and their sole reason that they gave them was, we don't support the IM niche. And they weren't spamming, and they weren't necessarily, they got their messages contained certain words that got flagged that, that made iContact's system flag their account. And so once they reviewed it, they saw they're in the internet marketing niche, and so they just canceled their accounts. A few people that they did this, Tim Atkinson, he didn't get banned from there, but he pulled out after they made him mad. He had about a 200,000 list there that he just moved because they pissed him off. They were wanting him to make him double opt in his list or something like that. James Sides got banned from iContact. Stephen Gilbert, or I'm sorry, that's not his last name, but one of my friends named Steve, he got banned from iContact. Two other people I know got banned from iContact, and it's simply because that they were in the internet marketing niche. So be careful if you're in the internet marketing niche when you're using iContact. I used them, like I said, in the internet marketing niche, and I didn't have any problems. But once they changed their terms of service and they started not liking the IM niche, I pulled out of iContact just to save my account in case I ever wanted to use it again in the future for non-internet marketing. And then I think right now one of the best things to use, and I mentioned this last week, is Amazon SES. Only thing with Amazon SES is I'm still not 100% certain that they will also be, what's the word I'm looking for, willing to accept internet marketers, I guess is not really what I was looking to say, but I'm not sure if they're going to be the type of company that is going to, what am I trying to say? Some email delivery companies just don't like the internet marketing niche, period, because of all the stuff that comes along with it. So at the moment, I'm liking Amazon a lot, and I really hope that I can move all of my lists there. The only thing is I'm still not recommending this 100% to people, is I'm still not 100% certain that it's going to be it's going to be a long-term solution, because I do have a good software now, as y'all know, that I'm using, the Listmaster Sensei that I've recommended to y'all. I've got it set up, and I've been sending out some emails through SES, and I think everything's going to be good. and I think it will be. I'm just kind of testing the waters right now because, like I said, in the past, I was testing out the Amazon SES service, and it was great. It worked really good. The deliverability was awesome. My clicks were almost doubling, but I was only seeing ad swaps, and I was using a really bad software to send them, or software that was kind of sketchy or shady. At least the emails looked kind of shady the way they came out, like the way they handled the unsub link and the bounces and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that the combination of the crappy software and me only sending ad swaps was the result of me getting banned. Of course, I did lift the ban and let me come back in once I told them I got a new software and I'd be sending different emails and whatnot. So right now, I'm leaning towards Amazon being the best. Of course, Amazon as a standalone, you have to have something to bolt onto the SES, which would be where the Listmaster Sensei comes in. So right now, I'm still leaning towards them, except I wouldn't recommend that everyone pull out of Aweber or Imnica or wherever you're at and just switch completely over to Amazon right away. Because like I said, I'm not still 100% certain that it's a long-term solution. And so I'm going to need to use it for at least 6 months before I tell y'all that yes, it's the absolute best, because I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to still keep using it and that it will be a good solution for y'all as well. But right now, this one is definitely my favorite. And of course, so no, I didn't really answer your question, but I get asked this question quite a bit, and right now, really, I think that if you pick any of these three, if you're in the internet marketing niche, Imnica, Aweber, or GetResponse, that you will be doing just fine. And I didn't get on Skype today, so I didn't get to see what they were talking about in the Skype room, Caleb. Jay said, so I hope I answered that question. On the next one, Jay said, I purchased a website package, sales page, thank you page, etc. in a zip file. I want to put it in a subdomain. I know how to create the subdomain, but should I unzip the file and upload it, or upload it then unzip? What folder in the new subdomain? What folder in the new subdomain should it go in? And I do have a video for this. Jay, you'll do that just like you would if it was on a regular domain, and you can do it two ways. If you want to upload it via your cPanel, then you can just upload the zip file. If you're going to use FTP, then I would unzip it first. And when you're using your cPanel, after you upload it, you can just extract it to your subdomain. And if that makes sense, let me back up. The easiest way is to just unzip it first. The unconfusing way is to just unzip it first, and then that should give you. They'll probably have a name for each. Like the. Excuse me. And so, if you just upload it straight into the subdomain, if you just I'm sure there's an index file. There's probably a squeeze page and all that. What I would do is whatever you want to be the main page that they see whenever they type in the domain. Like let's say that your domain is, we're just going to say it's plrproduct.j.com, okay? We'll just pretend that that's let's make it smaller. Let's just say product.j.com. Let's just pretend that that's your subdomain. Well, and let's pretend that in your zip package it came with an index file, which was your sales page. It came with a squeeze page, and then it came with an images folder, and then maybe it might have like a style sheet or something in it. So what you would do then is after you unzipped it, you had all these, you would just upload all these straight to the subdomain without having to put a folder or anything in there. And so if they had it set up to where the sales page was the index, then whenever they went to this website right here, product.j.com, they would see the sales page. And so if you wanted to do it that way, but you also want to put the squeeze page off of that subdomain, and so you would create a folder then for the squeeze page that you could call, gift or whatever. And then you would just upload the squeeze page to the gift folder and then just make sure it was an index or whatever. So, you do it pretty much the same when it's a subdomain as you would if it was just a regular domain, except for the fact that you're going to have a little extra. But just pretend that like your product.j.com, like just pretend that this is your main site, and you would do everything exactly the same. And any subfolders that you want to add, to put the product in, you can name them anything you want, just whatever makes sense to you or to your guest, just however you want to arrange it. Normally, I would do it something like this. I would put it in like product.coby.com, and then I'd put the squeeze page under something like gift, just to make it easier and kind of keep it neat. And I don't think I have a video for that exact thing on my blog, but there is a video on how to upload through your cPanel and some other things. You might check, but I don't think there's anything to do that exact thing. Troy asked, do I see myself switching over to mobile marketing as my main IM platform in the future? I'll always do email marketing. I am going to start adding mobile marketing into the mix. I'm not sure if I'll switch completely over as far as my online stuff to mobile marketing, but as far as my offline business goes, I am geared very heavily towards mobile marketing for local businesses and stuff. As far as my online stuff goes, I'll probably start mixing in a lot of mobile, but it probably won't replace email. But I'll probably will use it in conjunction with email. Les said, I'm going through PLR Surgeon. Can you tell me what we should price our products at and where to sell them? Yes. A lot of times whenever you're creating, and Les is talking about my PLR Surgeon product, which is at plrsurgeon.com. Or actually, I take that back. If you want to get it for the cheaper price, go to gocoby.com/PLRS. That's the WSO. It's like $11 on the WSO. PLR Surgeon, it goes through and it shows you how to rework PLR products and stuff. Now, where to sell them? What price do I sell what price do I sell? Is for me, I use this. These are the price points that I stick to, and I tend to stick to $7, $17, $27, 37, 47, 67, and 97, and then of course I go up from there. But typically, about the only ones you're going to see from me, I don't do 37 very often. But these are the most popular ones. 7, 27, or 7, 17, 27, 47, 67, and 97. For the most part, though, you're probably going to be focusing on the bottom three, 7, 17, and 27. And it's hard to say what to price them at. Typically, what I do on ebooks is I will, typically on ebooks, they're going to be in the $7 range. And if it's a video course, I'm going to start at like 17. And if it's both, then maybe 27. I usually keep my products fairly cheap. Of course, you need to price it accordingly. If it's a high value product, you need to give it a higher price tag. One of the reasons a lot of people may be wondering, Coby, why do you do sevens? Why do you do sevens? Well, there's actually a good reason that I do sevens, and it has actually been you may be aware there's been a lot of tests done on the psychology of numbers, and a lot of it, if you've ever studied sales or anything like that, then you've probably heard this. Unfortunately for myself, I was prior to IM, I was in a lot of sales positions, so I've heard a lot about pricing structures and stuff, probably more than I'd want to know. But in the end, what it comes down to is our brain sees the number 7 as like the perfect number. Our brain thinks that 7 is like the perfect number for a price. It's not too high, and it's not too low. Like sometimes, I don't know why, but our brain sees 7 as the perfect number. As in, not too much, not too expensive, but not too cheap. So if you stick to, so you'll excuse me, I'm getting excited. If you will stick to, ending in 7, I think you'll have better luck conversion-wise. And I've tried a lot of other numbers. I've tried 5. I've tried 9. You'll see me I do $11 sometimes on the Warrior form. $11 is a good price point. And also on the Warrior form, $9.97 is a good price point. And so I've tested a lot of price points, and $11 and these 3 right here, when it comes to doing, or these 4 right here, when it comes to doing WSOs, are probably the most popular: 7, 9.97, 11, and 19. And another one that's popular on the Warrior form, you'll see me do a lot, is 9.90. The only time I've ever do 9.90 is on the Warrior form. I don't know why that's such a popular number there, but for the most part, I'm going to end my numbers with 7s. So that's because I like 7s, and it's a psychological thing. Our brain likes 7s as well. But again, a lot of times whenever you're doing a PLR product, if you'll look inside of the license, it will give you a pricing suggestions. It'll give you a suggested price. Sometimes there's even a required minimum price. So check out the license. That can give you some idea to start. The main thing that I think a lot of people do is I think they price their stuff too high, especially in the beginning. And I think in the beginning you just need to make your stuff really cheap so that you can get customers. And so in the beginning, I would recommend that just about everything you do be $27 or less, and maybe even $7 for like the first couple products, simply because you want to get customers and you want to get your name out there. And I would give 100% commission as well. And you can do a one-time offer. Put a one-time offer. If you're doing a $7 front end, a good upsell price is actually, if you do $7 on the front end, $17 or $27 is a good price for your one-time offer. And if you're giving 100% of the front end to your affiliates and you're taking 50% of the back end, you still get some decent amount of money from your one-time offer sales. And of course, excuse me. And of course, you're going to have a customer on your list that you can sell more stuff to, and they like your stuff. So that's when it comes to pricing, though, I just try to price it according to what the market. If you're having a hard time figuring out what to sell it for, then just Google. Like if you're doing a product on list building, then just Google list building and see what list building products sell for, and just price it accordingly. To what the value that the product has. At the same time, you want to make it a good deal so that you can make a lot of sales. All right. Let's see what we got next question. Paul said, how do I embed banner ads? Are you trying to put them on an HTML page or in a WordPress page, Paul? HTML. Okay, cool. I can show you how to do that very, very easily. Let me go over and let's go over to autoresponder.magic.net/sneak-peek. Okay, if you look on, this is one of my pages. This is one of the download pages for a free video that I gave away for someone to join my list. And you can see down at the bottom I have a banner, and if they click on it, it takes them to the WSO that sells this product, Autoresponder Magic. So I'm going to right click on this, and let me put I'll put this link in the chat box so y'all can look at it also. So once you get there, just right click on the page and view page source. If we go all the way down to the bottom, here it is right here. No, hang on. Let me find it. Sorry, the GoToWebinar thing's in the way. Oh, there it is. Okay. And does it have the, okay, there we go. As you see, once we get here, if you go down the bottom where it says P align equals center, it says A href equals, and it says autorespondermagic.net, which is the link. And then you keep going, it says image style equals border 0 0 blah blah, and then it's got the link to the banner. So we put that code in here, and then I'll show you how to do it in Composer. Paste that in there. And that's kind of a nasty looking code because it has a lot of extra stuff in there that it doesn't need. So I'm going to show you how you do it with Composer. And for those of you that don't have Composer, it's a free HTML editor that you get at composer.net. It's Kompozer. But all I would do is open Composer and just do a new. I'm just going to paste that code. Or actually, I'm sorry, let me go back. Let's say this is our HTML download page. That we want a banner on. So I'll just put my mouse down here where I want my banner. Down at the bottom. I'm going to click on image at the top. I'm going to put the image location, which was, let's see, Wright.com. There it is. Just going to paste it out of that code and put it in here. Coby.com/images/armagicbanner.jpg. This is wherever you have it saved on your server. And I'm going to click Don't Use Alternate Text. You can use that if you want. And then we click OK, and then it puts our banner in there just like that. So now what we would do is right-click it, and you could resize it if you want. But now we just click on it, and then choose up here Link. And now I would put in the URL that I want to go to. And there we go. It's that simple. I'll just save it and upload it to my folder or to my website, and now this banner will show up and will be active when they click on it. It'll go to my website for this product. Now, if you want to make it open in a blank window, or I'm sorry, in a separate window, so what you have to do is, I don't know why it doesn't do this on images, but if you go to source and you just add, you can see where it says H or A and then href. And it's got the URL here. I'm going to go to the very end. I'm going to type in the word target, the equal signs, start the quotations, and then underscore, and then the word blank, and then end quotations. And when we do it that way, it means it'll whenever they click on the banner, it'll open a window. It'll open up a new window rather than just taking them to the site and making them leave the page that they're on. So that's how easy it is to do. I hope that helped. Wally said, how would you advise a total newbie to start in the right way? And he put with right with a W. Paul, I suggest always tell people that first of all, starting off is forget about any of the other programs, or I say programs because I hear that word so often, and it's not a word I like to use. But all the programs, all the money-making things out there, throw them away. The real way to make money online is to build a list and create your own products and sell those products to that list. Obviously, you can also sell affiliate products to your list as well. That is the only way that I've been able to make a real significant income online. That was what allowed me to go full-time. And I've still got Amazon sites. I still build Amazon sites. And that's another good way. Building websites is another great way, but it's just so slow. And I still, even now, my Amazon income after 2 years is not anything what I make from my list, from the income I get from my list, creating products. And so the problem is that most people with list building and with building sites is they get caught up in wanting to make a lot of money quickly, and so what will happen is they'll get up to it, get one or two websites up and built, and maybe ranking on the first page, and then it comes 3 months later, they get their first Amazon check, and it's only for $27, and they're like, "What in the heck?" I spent all this time building these websites, and I made $27. Well, the problem is with Amazon is it's a volume. Amazon is all about volume. It may even reward you. The more volume you sell, the more commission they give you. So obviously, if you're seeing a lot of if you have a lot of volume, then your commissions for the exact same products are going to be higher. And if you have a lot of volume, you can easily make a 4 to 8% higher commission just by selling more. So with Amazon, it all comes about volume. So it's the same thing with list building. It's volume, and what happens with list building is people will work and work and work, and they'll get 1,000 people on their list or 2,000 people on their list, and they're still not making any money, and they've already spent $1,000 or $2,000 building up their business, and they've only seen a couple $100 in return. They get frustrated and they quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. You have to pick and here's okay. Let me back up. If I was going to start over today, or you were my coaching student and you were paying me for personal coaching, and you had no clue what to do, here's what I would tell you. I would say pick a niche. Okay, and once you pick a niche, it doesn't matter, any niche. Pick a niche that you're interested in, and create a product in that niche. And give away a very small part of that product for an opt-in. And then just, so I pick a product, create a product, and give away a small piece of that product. So what you just did, without even realizing, if you create a product, and this is a perfect example, is my autoresponder magic course. I created it. It's actually 19 videos now. When I created it, it was 17. And then after I got done, I just took one of those videos, and now I'll give that away as bait, as a lead magnet to get them on my list. And a lot of people, after they watch that first video, they have to watch the rest of them because it's such a great video. So I make a lot of sales of my product, and it kind of killed two birds with one stone rather than making a squeeze page and a whole giveaway product, and then going and creating a full product to sell to them. I created my whole full product, and I just took a little bitty piece out of it to give away. And so I'm giving them 5% of the course for free, and it's a really, really good video. It's one of the best videos in the course, so they love it, and if they're interested in list building, they're going to see the value in it, and they're going to buy the main product. So I guess now what I would do or pick a niche, create a product, give away a small piece of that product using a squeeze page, and then drive traffic to that squeeze page. And the easiest way to do that is by purchasing it. And my favorite means of traffic to be purchased is through solo ads, which is where you pay somebody to send an email to their list promoting your squeeze page. And the reason that I like solo ads so much is because, let's think about it, I'm an email marketer, so I want people on my list that read emails, that open emails, read emails, and click on links inside of the emails, right? Or take action after reading the email. And that's the exact kind of people that you get when you purchase a solo ad, because you're getting someone that was sent an email by a list owner, they read it, they took action, clicked on the link, and then once they got to that website, they put in their name to get on your list. So these are people that read emails and interact with emails. These are people that you want on your list. That's why it's some of my favorite traffic, and it's very, very targeted traffic. That's why it's some of my favorite traffic to purchase. So you pick a niche, you create a product, and pull out a small piece of that product to give away for an opt-in, drive traffic to your squeeze page to build your list, and then you can set up a follow-up Just it doesn't have to be big, 7 days or 3 to 7 follow-up messages that give them value and remind them of your main product so that they can buy it from you, right? And this is the exact method that I still use, and I haven't used it too much this month because I've been so busy with other stuff, but in February and March I pretty much bought a solo ad nearly every single day, and using this exact method and sent it to, let's go and I'll show you. This is the page they got. This is the video I'm talking about that they got after they opted in. Free list building trading video.com is this one. So this is where I send 9% of my solo ad traffic. I actually have a solo ad going out tomorrow, though. Actually, I take that back. The one that's going out tomorrow is not going to this one. It's going to a different one. But 9% of my solo ads I send to this squeeze page, and it's simply because you've seen the video. Let's go back and let's look at the video. So they see the video. This is what they get. They opt in. They go straight to this. They watch it. They love it. They click here or they click here. Takes them to my WSO, and they can buy the Autoresponder Magic if they want, which most people do, and a lot of people will also buy the one-time offer. And let's go and look at my follow-up. We go to my follow-up sequence. Go to messages, follow-up. You can see there's 8 messages here. So they get one on the first day. And this one on the first day also gives them a link back to the video, and it also gives them some bonus squeeze pages. And then every one of these other videos, or every one of these other messages, like this is another video showing them how to upload and edit squeeze pages. And then there's another link at the end of that saying, hey, don't forget, if you want to buy Autoresponder Magic, here's the deal. Day 3, they get another video with a link, and I mentioned to Autoresponder Magic. Same thing. Day 4, I give them more value. Do you need to use double or single opting? This is another video with a link to Autoresponder Magic at the end. Here's a bonus for them. A bonus software is it's just some value for them. Here's the next day, how to increase your conversions by 13%. It's a blog post with a link to Autoresponder Magic at the end of the blog post. This is again another software, just a bonus for them that has a link to another paid product. And the last message they get from me, the day 8, the last follow-up message, is just again a wrap-up of everything that we went through the last 7 days, and just another kind of a harder pitch on my Autoresponder Magic. And using just these 8 messages and this simple little download page, and where'd it go? And this simple, well, I can't. And this simple squeeze page, I can make a profit off of my solo ads usually the very first day. Nearly always. I can nearly always at least break even right away. So, and that makes a lot of sales for me by going through that little 8-day follow-up. So that's what I would do if I was going to start over. I would do the exact same thing. I would focus on nothing but that, and focus on nothing but driving traffic. And I would probably actually do nothing but purchase solo ads and send it to that one single squeeze page. In fact, if I could, right now, I would cut out everything else in my business and I would do just that. I would just buy traffic and send it to that squeeze page because it makes me money. But unfortunately, I have so many other things going on in my business right now that I have my irons and a lot of fires, so to speak. Paul asked if I have my water handy. I do have a bottle of water next to me along with my Pepsi. My 6-year-old Aaron says my 6-year-old says you get what you get, and you you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. That's a perfect saying, Aaron. I agree absolutely. Absolutely, that is great. Jenny asked, how does Social Monkey go with Penguin? How to up the good backlinks? To be completely honest with you, Jenny, I don't keep up with SEO, and so I really have nothing. I don't know anything at all about the Penguin update. I really, to be 100% honest with you, I'm barely even know much about the the Panda update. Other than the Panda update took out all the link building networks. I don't really know what Penguin did, but I checked all my websites the other day, and none of them really dropped any. One of my Amazon sites went from #1 to #3. So, and majority of my backlinks are based on social bookmarking, and more specifically, Social Monkey. So from just that, I would say that it's not hurting them too bad. Of course, with Google, it's hard to say anymore. I don't know much about the Penguin update, I guess is what I'm getting at. Awesome, awesome. Aaron said that the QR code or QR Droid worked perfectly for the QR code above. That is awesome. Aurora asked if I've investigated Pinterest for driving Facebook traffic. That is a interesting. That's interesting, Aurora. And I haven't. Again, I haven't jumped into Pinterest much simply because I'm kind of I've always classify myself as an old man. Like I'm really stubborn when it comes to change. I'm really stubborn. So it took me a long time to get on Facebook, and I'm still not even on Facebook, really, to be, like most marketers are. I'm just kind of like, I have a Facebook account. That's about it. Uh, so I haven't used Pinterest. I don't even have a Pinterest account set up yet, and that's on my to-do list, and it just keeps getting pushed back. But Aurora says that um, that they're using Pinterest to drive Facebook traffic, and it's working. And that is something that hadn't thought about because, like I said, I'm not really into Pinterest much yet. But from what I'm talking to and the other people that I'm talking to, that I think that would work really, really good. And I would assume that when you're putting up images to being pinned, you're putting the link to your fan page, and that seems like a really great idea. I mean, if you're going to be doing social networking, then that's definitely a good idea to cross promote it on the other social networks. And with that being said, it wouldn't hurt to get a Twitter account set up and hooked up with them as well. And thank you for that tip, Aurora. I'm sure that Aaron, that's something you might want to look into, is using Pinterest to drive traffic to your fan page. So keep that in mind. Jenny asked, where do you find the script for the one like eBizac? Just if you search for it, I forgot the name of it. It's a PLR script, but if you will search, I think it's called Business in a. I don't know. I'll look for that, Jenny, and I'll see if I can find that, and I'll give you a link to that. But I know that you can Google it, and it seems like I've seen it in some PLR memberships somewhere too as well. Clint's asking about. He said, "What about Amazon?" Amazon is good. Like I said, Amazon is my second source of income. And Amazon is great if you want to build a lot of products and don't really, or I'm sorry, if you want to build a lot of websites and just kind of forget about them, because I don't really do much with my Amazon sites. I just kind of set them and forget them. Problem with that though, with Amazon is when you're doing Amazon is it gets scary when you have all these Google updates all the time. So the problem with relying completely on Amazon, at least as an affiliate, is that you're also at the mercy of Google a lot of times, and so that's kind of scary. One thing that I do teach a lot is I teach my students that are wanting to get into Amazon, promoting Amazon products. A lot of times, if you will find a niche that you're really passionate about, then a lot of times there's a ton of stuff that you can promote to them through Amazon, and if you will build a list as well from that website, then you can do very, very well with Amazon. And then you're not as reliant. You're not relying as much on Google to send you your traffic. And Drew mentioned ListWire as a free autoresponder. So that's one that you could use as well. Only problem with ListWire is they make you use double opt-in. I haven't never used them simply because I didn't want to be. I didn't want to have to. I don't like using free autoresponders at all, simply because I don't like the restrictions that come up with a lot of them. But I've talked to a lot of people that have used ListWire, and they were happy with it. But I wouldn't use it if I was in the IM niche, simply because there's a lot of, I don't know, I just don't like free autoresponders. They put ads on the unsub pages and stuff like that, and do I have a link for Amazon? I don't guess I understand just Amazon.com, or for the Amazon SE. Oh, I know what. Well, he's asking me about Amazon SES. Yeah, that's what he was asking about. I'm sorry. He was talking about the Amazon SES to send emails, and this is the problem with Amazon is they're so big. They have so many different companies. The Amazon SES is completely separate from the affiliate program. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get confused there. And I do have a link for that. It's gocoby.com/listsensei. And I misspelled that. And that's the one that I'm using through Amazon SES. There's a lot of information on that sales page too about that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get confused on the SES and the Amazon affiliate program. Oh, Paul said he's using one-in-one website builder. No instructions on site. Yeah, I've never used one-in-one, but I don't like using pretty much any HTML or any websites I use these days. I use WordPress as far as like building a website, or it will be one that I bought that's already pre-made that I can just make changes to, so I don't have to do a whole lot of HTML. Oh, that's a good idea, Paul. He says he's going to add banner ads to his article page. That's a very good idea. Les said, "Sorry, I just got a blue screen of death while you're answering my question. I look forward to the replay." Don't worry, Les. I had a blue screen of death not too long ago, but about 2 months ago during a webinar. So, Jay said she needed it in writing that dreaded HTML. Yes, HTML. Blech. No. Let me give you all a good resource for when you HTML. It's w3schools.com. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. w3schools.com. Let me put that in here, and then I'll double check and make sure that's the right website. They have a lot of HTML stuff there. Yes, that's the one I'm looking for. w3schools.com. Anytime you are having trouble with any type of HTML, CSS, PHP, anything like that, if you come here and look, you can nearly always find what you're looking for. Or if you go to Google, this is my second tip. I know. If say you're wanting to know, well, let's just do the banners. We did that today. How to add a banner to HTML page. And that's like the wrong way to. Let's put in HTML code for adding a banner. There you go. And you can see HTML code, how to add a banner to your web page. And there's two videos from YouTube. So you can see there's one from W3 Schools, but I don't see one. So there's my trick, and there you go. They give you the HTML code and stuff there. So, but W3 Schools is normally the first place I would go. If I can't find it there, I would just Google it. He said, Paul said, Paul said he's going to build a website to help cross-market, placing affiliate banners on the site, and he's going to use the site to build trust. That is a great idea, Paul. And you're right, that's exactly what I've done myself. Troy said, Coby, you should see the list of reputable solo ad vendors to us for a good price. There is if you go to soloaddirectory.com, and I must have misspelled I did. I put in too many D's. If you go to soloaddirectory.com, this is by Reed Florin. He has a lot of people listed here, and the cool thing is he also has reviews. And so you can look through here, and you can see what other people have said about them. Some of the people that I've used on here that I would recommend. My favorite one on this list is my buddy Hamir Benson. Really good traffic. And I like to use Tommy McLaughlin. I don't even see him on here, which is weird. I bought through him a lot from Safe Swaps. But you can see like here on Hamir, if you go and you click on review, it'll take you to the blog. And you can see where Reed purchased a solo ad from Hamir, then how many clicks he got, how many options he got, and how much it cost him. And then you can also see the response from other people. You can see here's one from me. It says Hamir rocks. And you can see a lot of other people have some stuff as well. So it'll give you a good idea and as far as what you can expect. And another good place to go is, this is Roger Hatt's website. If you go to buysolos.com. So that was, let me put this in the box for y'all, www.buysolos.com. And the same thing there, he's listed his results and soloaddirectory.com. Okay, those are in the box. Oops, I misspelled that one. Let me fix that. So these are, I would say that the results from both of them are pretty straight, and they're pretty in line with the results that I've gotten from those that I've purchased. So I would say that they're pretty legit, and they're pretty, some people obviously are going to try to send a better solo ad whenever they know they're going to be rated. But for the most part, they're pretty much in line with the same results that I've gotten from the same people. So you can use these as a basis. Like I've bought them from Cal before. He was really good. Like I said, you can see Hamir, he's up here at the top 2. He's at number 4. So, and I think he has them ranked here on cost per lead. I think that's how Roger has them set up. So that's 2 really good resources that you can use and kind of get an idea of the traffic before you even have to purchase it. And of course, if you're a member of Safe Swaps, then you can look at their feedback there as well. So if we go to Safe Swaps, you can see, let's go to my profile. We're at Safe Swaps now. You can see here's my profile. I don't sell solo ads. At least I don't sell them on. I very rarely sell them. Normally, if I do sell them, it's just my subscribers. But I don't sell them on Safe Swap. So if you click on the solo seller here, there's nothing for me. But you can see underneath the solo buyer, there's quite a bit. These are all the people I've bought solo ads from on Safe Swaps. So I've made them more than once. And then you can see all the ad swaps I've done. So if you're wanting to buy a solo ad, let's just go and look and see. I have a solo ad tomorrow from Tommy. You can see, and you can go over here and click on, you can go to Tommy. This is one of my favorite sellers as well. Him and Hamir are my 2 favorite because they send me great traffic and always get really good results. So I click over here on solo seller. You can see he sold 93 solo ads, and he's had 93 positive ratings. But you'd want to look at the solo seller and just look at their feedback. You can see here they bought 200, he sent 239. Here they bought 130, he sent 142. Here they bought 200, he sent 233. Here they bought 100, he sent 119. Let's see if we can see one for me. So for me, is I bought 100 and got 202. You see another great solo from Tommy. He always over-delivers with massive amounts of quality traffic. And he does. Everyone I've got from him has been really good. See, here's another one. I got double again. I got 202 on that one also. I bought 100 and got 202. So you can see why he's one of my favorite. That and I always make a lot of money. I nearly always make, so far I've always made a profit from the solo ads I've bought from him. So just do your homework and look at the feedback and look at their profile, look at their list size, look at their everything. You can see here it's got my list size and it says verify. That's another thing too. Now if it doesn't say verified, it's not as big a deal. But when it is verified, that means that someone has either physically gone in and looked and confirm that you really do have those subscribers, or they had some kind of, like mechanical way that they did it. They checked it, through an API or something. So when it is verified, it's for sure 100%, thing. So if you're buying a 100-click solo ad and as someone like me, they had a list of 60,000, you can be pretty sure that you're going to get your clicks, especially if they have decent feedback or good feedback. Then you would know that that's someone you would want to do business with. Let's go back and looks like we're getting to the bottom of the questions. This is good because we are just past our hour. Oh, Troy said I should sell y'all a list of reputable solo ad vendors for a good price. Oh, I just gave you the 2 lists though. Caleb said HTMLgoodies.com is a good site also. Aurora said, Coby, I'm probably old enough to be your grandmother. LOL, never too old. Aurora, you'd be surprised. It seems that most of my students are older than me. I seem to, I guess my way of teaching is easier to follow, and so I do really well with the older demographic. So don't worry, Aurora, you are in my target demographic, or you are in my demographic. So don't worry. Aaron said, oh, he said, I believe you mentioned this in Dollars Funnel Magic. I'm not sure if you got there. What solo ads you suggest that work well for you? Those 2 sites I just mentioned are between SafeSwaps, BuySolos.com, and SoloAdDirectory.com. You should have plenty of places to find solo ad sellers. You can also find them on the Warrior Forum. Be very careful on the Warrior Forum because it seems like whenever people are scamming for solo ads, that they automatically set up shop on the Warrior Forum very first place they set up shop. So be leery when you're buying them from the Warrior Forum. I actually buy Zero directly from the Warrior Forum these days. And because a lot of the good sellers will be listed on the Warrior Forum, will also be listed on these other sites. Like Agar Keyfets is one that I've bought from on the Warrior Forum that I've also bought from these other sites as well. But that's now as far as structuring your solo ads. Let me just go and show you mine. Let's see. Click on my profile. Let me go to email swipes, and this is the one that I use. And the subject is today's gift list building video. And then I'll copy and paste it into the chat so you can look at it. And this is the email copy that I give to them, and they're not always going to send it exactly this way, but a lot of them will. And I don't care if they change it. In fact, I want them to change it to fit their voice. But you can see here, it's targeted pretty good to get clicks, but it's also pretty targeted in what they're going to be getting. This email pretty much says the exact same thing that the squeeze page says. And so, and I start right at the beginning by putting list building in the subject, because first of all, I know that list building is not a very popular subject. It doesn't have mass appeal. So I want to make sure that they know before they even open this email that it's about list building. So if they're not interested in list building, they're not even going to open this email, more than likely. And so once they open it, it says, hey, I have a treat for you today, and here's the link. This video will teach you how to easily add 100 to 300 people to your list this weekend. There's the link again. Don't miss out. This could be your chance to finally start building a huge and profitable list. And there's the link again. This works very well. It gets good clicks, but they're also very targeted clicks. And like I said, the conversions are normally very well as far as the conversions on the one-time offer. Edward Jones said W3 is awesome. Jane said thanks for the school. You're very welcome. Yes, Paul said he's been using YouTube. YouTube's another good. That's my between YouTube, W3 schools, and Google. I can usually find just about anything that I need as far as code wise and HTML. And it said, nice to see the results, no solo ads. Yes, that is a really cool thing that Reed did. Jenny said, which is best to buy solos, not swap? Well, the buysolos.com and the solo ad directory are primarily for just doing, are primarily only for buying ad swaps. I'm sorry, for buying solo ads. And there's people that have an account at SafeSwaps that don't even do ad swaps. They only buy or sell solo ads. So all three will work. But if you don't need the account at SafeSwaps, then just stick with solo ad directory and buysolos.com. Yes, Doug asked, hang on, let me back up. Les asked if there was a solo ad course. Not that I'm aware of, although I should probably create one. Paul asked me, Paul asked if I knew of the World Profit Association. It sounds familiar, but I don't know of it right off the top of my head. Yeah, Doug said that he bought some garbage traffic at the WF. Don't worry, Doug. A lot of my students have done that. That's why I don't really even like to mentioning it anymore, because it seems like first place people set up shop when they're selling junk traffic is the word for them. And Doug also asked, do I hide the URL with click on this? Yes. If in my own emails I do. The reason I don't at SafeSwaps is because they actually change that URL to a tracking link. So I leave it alone. But whenever I send out my own emails, I will always hyperlink that text with that link with text in the HTML parts. Bruce said, Coby, the reason older marketers associate with you is that you're easy to listen to, learn from, and trust that your information is rock solid. Also, thanks for the W3 schools. Newbies like me need every resource to teach ourselves in the basic stuff. Thank you very much, Bruce, and I do agree that any resource is a good one, and I still use that resource myself. So, and then Aaron asked, have you used YouTube traffic to drive? Have you used YouTube to drive traffic anywhere yet? Yes, Aaron. YouTube is another one. I should have mentioned that when we were talking about your Facebook fan page, because that's another one that you can use in conjunction to drive traffic to your Facebook fan page is YouTube. And I love YouTube, and I don't use it to its fullest extent. And that's another one of those things that I could literally just start over and have a business completely related on YouTube. You know, the same way as I could have because there's, oh, sorry, I'm getting excited. Deep breath. What I'm trying to say is there are people who have no clue about making money or the internet marketing at all that are making a killing on YouTube by just putting up videos that people want to see. And you become a YouTube partner, and then you have ads inside of your videos. But at the same time, those people, they don't know, but they can send traffic like crazy to anywhere. And so, yes, I do utilize YouTube, and I always put a link to my website, and quite a bit I will put a link to a squeeze pages. These days I really just put it to my website, because once they get to my website, there's plenty of places that they can join my list. In the beginning, though, I would always put it to a squeeze page. And these days, though, I'd rather them go to my blog and get on and get some information about me before they jump on my list. That way they know a little bit more about me, and they're more likely to read my emails and stay on. It seems that if people hit my blog first and then they get on my list, that they stick around longer. And so that's my goal these days is to send them to my blog first, simply because my list is now big enough that it's okay. I'd rather them go and learn a little bit about me before they just jump on, so that they have a little bit about what I do and how I teach and just my style in general. Thank you very much, Wally. He said, I appreciate your style, or appreciate your patience. I'm the oldest of 7, so that's probably the reason I'm so patient. Cool. Aaron said he's going to do some solo ads and do a case study. Should be interesting. Yeah, Aaron, and that's a great product. that you right there. Do the solo ads and keep track of all your results. Turn it into a case study. That's easy WSO. And for anyone else listening, that's a great. Someone asked me this the other day. I think it was Randy asked me last night on a coaching call. He said, "Coby, how do you get ideas for your products?" And Aaron, you just gave me a great idea to remind people is that anytime that you try something, just document it and just turn it into a product. All you have to do is keep track of what you do and turn it into a case study. If you're if you're like, you know what, I think that I could get this site to rank in a week, but I'm not completely sure. Well, just keep track of what you do, and if it ranks in a week, then you have a product. How to rank a site in 7 days, and or anything. Case studies are one of the best products you can create. And the thing about a case study is you don't have to be a genius, and that's what a lot of times people, when it comes to creating products, they get held back because like, well, Coby, I've never made any money online. How am I going to create this product that's teaching people how to make money online, and I haven't even made money online? You don't have to make money online. Go and try something, and if it works, then you have a product. So you can go and spend $100 on solo ads or whatever, and you have an interesting case study. That's a great idea, Aaron, and that's a great idea for anyone else. Jenny says, everyone relates to you, Coby, because you were so nice and always polite. Well, thank you very much. Jay said, you also come across as very trustworthy without all the hype. I'm 58. Dang, Jay, I didn't, I'm sorry, that came out the wrong way. I didn't mean dang. I would have thought you were much, much younger than that, Jay. Not that 58 is old by any means. Don't get me wrong. I thought you were, you have the attitude and the personality of a young man. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. And Aurora said, damn, why did I think of that? There you go. You can still use the same idea, Aurora. You can still do your own case study. Cool. Mark said he's 53. Well, see, there you go. My theory was holding true. Paul, that's why I'm wearing my boots. Okay, made to the bottom of the questions now, and we went a little bit past our hour, which is no problem. Is there anything that I missed or that I need to go over one more time, or any final questions before we call it an evening? Thank you very much, Troy. Troy said, thanks, Coby. You rock as usual. Have a great week. I'll see you next week. Thank you, sir. Do the same. Later to you also, Paul. And I didn't really have anything to pitch to y'all this week. If y'all want to, for those that weren't here last week, if you want to look at the Listmaster Sensei product, which is the one that uses Amazon SES to send emails, here's the link to it. And there is a bonus that comes with it. You actually get the Autoresponder Magic video course. It's supposed to show up on the Warrior Plus purchase page. If it doesn't, just send me an email or send an email to, or put in a support ticket at my help desk, which is support.cobywright.com. It seems about half the people that purchased didn't get the bonus delivered through Warrior Plus for some reason. So I think that it's a new feature that Warrior Plus just added, and I'm guessing that they don't have all the bugs worked out. Or I think it's probably maybe a browser issue. I think that might be like a Firefox issue. I'm not sure, but so not everyone's getting their bonus. If you did purchase that already and you didn't get your bonus, be sure to send me an email at info@cobywright.com, or the best way to get a hold of me is at the help desk, because I also have someone, Carolyn also manages the help desk for me, so a lot of times she will answer your question before I even see it. So you can put in there as well. And this is the Listmaster Sensei. It's basically a self-hosted autoresponder that you host it on your own server, but you don't send out emails through your server. You send out emails through Amazon SES, which is their Amazon Simple Email Service. And so you can check it out there if you want. I'm not going to sell it to y'all because I pitched it last week. But there's the link if you want to go check it out. It's gocoby.com/list sensei. I do have it up on my server, and I guess I could show that to y'all. I'm not sure if, let me freeze my screen and log in. I'm not sure if it'll show my, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. I'm logged into the the Sensei mailer where it's installed on my server. It's pretty self-explanatory for the most part. It's pretty much like any other autoresponder. It's got pretty much all the same features. I think the only thing that it doesn't have is a sequential autoresponder, if you want to do follow-ups or something. Let's see. I've sent out one email so far. Got a 64% open rate. Not too bad. 11 out of 17, which this was going to. I expected this to get pretty high open rate, so that doesn't really show much. But just to kind of show you what it looks like, if you want to send a campaign, set it up. You can see it set it up all in here, and Nick gives you all the information in the product on how to do all this. So it's pretty self-explanatory, and the emails that it sends out look pretty much just like anything else. It's like using, you know, a Word editor and everything, just like you normally would. You just click through here, and when you get to the end, you schedule it. Of course, it's not going to let me because all that stuff is missing, but where's the scheduling? So I would probably, normally I would just send it as is. I would just hit save as draft and send it. So there's that. If you want to pick that up, that's at gocoby.com/list sensei. It's still under 15 bucks. So it's a heck of a deal. It uses Amazon SES to send emails. So it's a lot cheaper than Imnica and Aweber and similar services because you only pay 10 cents per 1,000 emails that you send. You're not charged per list size or anything like that. So that's something cool to check out. That's really all I got to show y'all this week. Appreciate everyone showing up. Appreciate everyone with the great questions. And thank you for everyone who's saying thank you. Aaron, Bruce, Mark, Aurora, Janny, Caleb, Paul, Troy. Oh, wow. Caleb said, another good webinar that I got to have in my reference. You know something? I'm willing to bet all of your webinars side by side in one folder would beat the crap out of some products that charge $4.97 to $9.97 or more. Someday I plan to maybe take all my webinars and stick them into a product like that, Caleb, but we'll see. Let's see, we got thanks from Bruce, Les, John, Douglas, Henry, Drew, and Edward. You're very welcome. Edward, yes, there will be a replay. If you're on the text message list, you'll get first notification. If not, I should have it out by Monday, depending on how busy I am and how busy Carolyn gets. It should be out by Monday. Normally I get them out by Friday. This week I think it was like Saturday before I got it out, but so it'll be up in a few days, and we'll get you fixed up. Oh, with that being said, we'll end it here. And I guess I need to, last thing, I guess I need to remind everyone watching the replay and everyone that's still here, if you want to join the SMS list to get instant notification of the replays and of the live training, you can text the word webinar to 615-326-1155, or you can scan one of the QR codes and press send. That's all I got for you this week. This was Coby from CobyWright.com, signing off.